there's a new browser in town. It's called Helium Browser, which I'm based on Google Chromium. It's just based on Google Chromium, and if you ever use like on Google Chromium, you can like feel sort of like how unstable kinda it is and how hard it is to install and stuff. But anyways, that's not the point. This video is going to be about Helium Browser. So what Helium Browser is basically just Google Chrome, but if you heard the news, like Google Chrome recently went after ad blockers and removed uBlock Origin, but like this browser comes with uBlock Origin installed, so you don't have to worry about that. So I just downloaded it. So you just go here and then download it. It's been pretty fast. I've been using it on my Mac for a while now as my main browser. I don't use Brave anymore. I had this exact idea of sort of like forking Chrome to actually make a browser that's like, it's not super privacy focused where your website breaks and much of the website just doesn't work. I wanted to have something that is like privacy focused, but also like not to the extreme where like your computer breaks. So Helium is a great browser for this. So I've been using Brave browser for a while now, but like I hate Brave browser with all the crypto shit that comes built in with it, and it also comes with like Tor installed inside the browser, which is just weird, and no, I don't need that. Anyways, so Helium browser so if you want to use it, feel free to use it. This is really fast. Wait, this is the second part. I just realized I didn't show you guys the configuration. So basically, let's just make a new profile. Let's call it YouTube. Why not? So basically, you're gonna hit this screen when you first launch it. I'll show you sort of like the best practices, I guess. So you click configure just to download bangs and sort of like browser updates and stuff like that. You don't need bangs. Bangs are basically like G for Google, and then you can also like search using like GitHub. So let's like, if you want to search on Wikipedia, you could search hello, and then you'll go on Wikipedia and search hello. But I don't think most people need it. But anyways, so use proxy. Like you don't need this. Most of these things, you don't need it. Like by default, the list that comes with it are already fine. So you don't really need this. So since this is a beta browser, I don't think they have automatic updates, but they're gonna roll it out soon. And you can use like Winget to install it. That way, like you have, if you guys don't know Winget, which is basically like a package manager made by Microsoft, then you can you can just run Winget update to update all of your softwares, and Helium will update with that too. Dictionary for file checking, you don't need that. So you don't need most of this stuff. So you can just like click, uncheck it, untoggle it, next, and then what other browsers does this? Look, you can actually select. They actually give you option which search engine to use. And they're pretty honest. So Google is like a monopoly, and it sells you data and stuff. And I really recommend like using this if you want to use like Google, but like you're not too dependent on it. You can use like Ecosia, I think that's how you say it. And they basically like plant trees based on the ad money they make. Google basically just sells you data to the highest bidder, and then they target ads, and they basically sell you data to make money off that, and then Google gets richer and richer. Anyways, but if you want to use Ecosia, you can, which I think they donate like some part of the ad money to planting trees around the world. Really good cause. So I never used Quant. I think this is a new search engine, but you could try any of that. Kage is also like a new startup. They're also doing some pretty cool stuff. Microsoft Bing, why is this even in here? Anyways, I'll just go with Google for now. And then there's like a bunch of other profiles from my other browsers, but I don't need to import it. And then it's gonna ask you to make Helium the default browser, which I already did, but it's gonna open that, and then as you can see everything, you just switch it to Helium browser. Get started. Okay, as you can see, this is pretty simple. Choose this. There's nothing you can even like, if you visit a bunch of websites, it's gonna show up here. You can turn this off. I usually like to turn this off, so it's very minimal and distraction free. In terms of uBlock Origin filters, I think like by default the ones they have is actually really good. You don't want to have like way too many filters where just like the computer just slows down. But AdGuard Annoyance is a good one. And then I also hate cookie notices. You can disable cookie notices. Of course, use AdGuard. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. And then yeah, so it's a built-in ad blockers, and let me know if you guys do like this browser. I've been using it for a while, and I'm sold. I really like it. And if like I said, if automatic update is an issue for you, just use winget to install it. So let's do this. So I think they have it in winget. Yeah, so if you run this command in your terminal, you can use winget to sort of update and stuff. So you can use winget to update it. But that's it for now. Let me know how you guys feel about this browser. Bye.